And you can see, although somewhat obscured by the horde of people around the spacecraft, Oleg Kononenko, the Soyuz commander, is now out of the top hatch. His extraction coming in very, very swift fashion. Just about 20 minutes after the touchdown, there is Kononenko placed in the center seat. He will be flanked by Pettit and Kuipers as soon as they are extracted. The removal of the crew members from the Soyuz vehicle is always expedited if the vehicle lands upright, as was the case today.
Moscow Station is Space to Ground 1. Go ahead. How's the crew doing? Have they extracted them from the capsule? Are you getting the imagery? So far, they only got Oleg. Say again. So far, they only got Oleg out. Oleg, okay. Well, what's the schedule going to be like for us from now on? Well, as soon as they've extracted everybody from the descent module, I'll give you a call, and then we'll revisit our timeline. Okay. But I figure we won't be able to really go to sleep until morning comes, so I'll call you later in the day, and then I'll get you all the data on pressure gauge readings and so on and so forth. Correct. All right, we'll stand.
Soyuz Commander Oleg Kononenko waving as he's being attended to by his complement of Russian flight surgeon and nurse personnel. Everything continuing to proceed on track. The next crew member who should be extracted should be Don Pettit out of the right seat of the Soyuz vehicle. And as you heard in that space-to-ground communication with the Russian Mission Control Center, the new station commander, Expedition 32 Commander Gennady Padalka, inquiring about how the crew is doing, and was informed that Kononenko is out and that the rest of the extraction process is in work.
Красив.
Continuing to receive live television from the landing site in southeast Kazakhstan. Oleg Kononenko, the Soyuz commander, was extracted from the center seat of the Soyuz, which landed upright at 3:14 a.m. Central Time, 2:14 p.m. Kazakhstan time, about 24 minutes ago. The recovery process continues in good order. The Soyuz spacecraft's systems have been safed by RSC Energia personnel. Once all three crew members are out, they'll have a few minutes for a photo opportunity, and once again to get their land legs back a bit as they adapt to the sensation of Earth's gravity for the first time in 6.5 months. They'll be brought into a nearby inflated medical tent to have their Sokol launch and entry suits removed. They'll slip into more comfortable clothing, and if the timeline goes as it usually does at the landing site, about an hour and a half from now they should be wheels up in their respective helicopters for a 2-hour flight back to the staging city of Karaganda, which is about 450 kilometers to the northeast of the landing site that you're looking at right now.
Кто не задействовал, встаньте ближе к этой. Веревочки, да, чтобы толкались. Ну прям вдоль веревочки ставьте, вдоль ниточки ставьте,
This view at the landing site in the white shirt is Alexei Krasnov, who is the head of piloted programs, basically the head of human spaceflight for the Russian Federal Space Agency. On hand to witness firsthand the landing of the Soyuz vehicle, the extraction of the crew, and the whole process of the search and recovery of returning crew members from the International Space Station.
Повтори, не понял, тут когда.
Раз, два, три.
And European Space Agency flight engineer Andrei Kuipers now out of the Soyuz vehicle, so they reversed order of what is normally the extraction process of the crew. Kuipers being helped down that slide and will be carried now to that reclining chair. Kuipers back on Earth, his second flight in the books, 204 days in space on 2 missions for Andrei Kuipers. Kononenko, that you see on the left-hand side of your screen, now has completed 392 days in space on his 2 flights. Kononenko flew 4 years ago as part of Expedition 17 and now is tied for 14th place on the all-time list for space endurance. And there at the landing site is the head of the Russian Federal Space Agency, Vladimir Popovkin, who flew on one of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters to the landing site to see how the landing operations occur up close and personal.
Помощник, идите сюда.
And last but not least, Don Pettit, NASA flight engineer, who has just completed his second landing in a Soyuz vehicle and his third flight. Pettit wrapping up 370 days in space, now 4th on the all-time list of U.S. astronauts, behind Mike Fink, Peggy Whitson, and Mike Foale.
Так, и ноги сразу держите. Все. Сюда, вот сюда свои ноги, пожалуйста. Не упал. Сколько? Ходи сразу. Дай данные. Нет, данные дайте мне. Я.
Мои бортбэг.
Один.